Saw the money and got activated. Saw the money and got activated. Saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you that may be new to the channel or don't know who I am, my name is Zach. This is my 1992 D250, Dodge D250. It is Cummins powered if you're not familiar with the first gens. I've done a ton of work to this thing and have pretty much built it from the frame up. Everything on the truck has been gone through, touched, replaced. It started out as a one-owner truck, and I kind of just saved it, I guess you would say. But mainly what this video is being made for is because recently I was inspired by a truck that I seen in person, and it kind of made me change what I wanted to do with this truck. For those that don't know, just recently painted it and all that stuff, and got it finally together and looking right. And from that point, I kind of just wasn't sure where to go with it. I could start making big power with it or do something crazy with it, and that's something I want to do. But at this time period right now, with having another, with trying to build a drift car slash truck, I just don't want to. Sorry if this video seems like kind of choppy and all over the place. I keep having problems with the camera automatically stops recording. I don't know what it is all about, but what I was saying is I don't want to complicate the truck any more than what it is. I really just want to keep it as reliable as I possibly can. I don't want to break transmissions, and I don't want to blow it up or whatever else. I just want to keep it as reliable as I can, because the thing I've loved about this truck is that I can hop in it and drive 4 hours away and 4 hours back and have no problems. I don't have to even second guess the fact that it's going to make it there, because it's just always been a reliable truck until I started having those transmission problems with it. Now the truck's been running phenomenally. It's been super reliable. My only complaints are it's kind of laggy, but with some of the trans tuning, I've been able to kind of band-aid it. Just got to make a couple more tweaks. I want to make sure this is still recording. This has been shutting off, of course. Sweet. And so pretty much what this truck is going to become is more of a, I'm still going to beat on it, and I'm still going to do burnouts and stuff, which is, I know, kind of being a hypocrite, because I just said I didn't want to break it. But you know, doing a couple burnouts twice throughout the year at events and stuff isn't going to hurt it, as long as you know what you're doing. But basically this truck is just going to become a really, really, really nice looking truck. It's just going to be an attention grabber, and it's going to be a really good tow pig and kind of a work truck. I'm not against working a truck, like, no matter how good it looks, but with building a drift car slash truck, it's going to need to play a role as, you know, something to haul that to events and whatever else. And I'm thinking about getting a camper and stuff, so that way when we go to like UCC and stuff like that, we don't have to get a hotel. We can just pop up the camper. And so with that being said, some of the changes we're going to be making will be more aesthetics. I want to get this truck as nice looking as that I am capable of doing. So with that being said, I'm going to walk you guys around the truck and explain to you what we're going to be doing to it. Okay, so for starters, we're going to be tearing out the entire front suspension. Upper control arms, lower control arm mounts, springs, all the steering suspension, steering box, steering link, all of it is getting ripped out of the truck, and we're either going to replace it with new or clean up what we have and replace parts on them. And everything is getting powder coated. I'm not going to tell you guys the color because I want to leave some surprise to everything that's going on, but everything is going to get powder coated in the front end. We're going to get a set of new fenders. Now these fenders are clean, 100% rust free. There's really nothing wrong with them, but the fender's creased here because of the wheels and tires. One day I was pulling in somewhere and the tire jammed into the fender and bent it, and I'd rather just get a new fender instead of trying to make this one look proper again. Unless I can, then I'll keep it. But rust-free fenders, if anybody wants to buy them. We're going to be replacing the inner wheel wells. Might try and see if I can find someone that sells a plastic set instead of having to deal with these big clunky metal ones, or just deleting them altogether. So fenders and 2 doors. We're replacing both doors. I'll show you guys why. So with this door, there's really nothing wrong with this door. All the body parts on this truck are 100% rust free, so nothing's rusty. But there's a crease here that happened a long time ago where the door got jammed into something. So I highly doubt we'll be able to fix that. So we'll probably be just getting rid of the door altogether. Like I said, all this stuff's for sale if anybody wants to buy it. I'm not going to tear the truck apart until winter probably. So if you're cool with waiting and want to buy them, more power to you. And then the other door over there, you guys have saw it has like kind of a dent here. And the sad part is I actually bought that door not knowing that that dent was there because it was covered with Bondo. And then I want to make this transition to the rocker a little smoother, so I kind of want to add a little bit of filler here, just to kind of smooth out this transition into the rocker. It doesn't look bad. Like, a lot of people probably wouldn't even notice that until I said something. But that's just something I want to do. And then I want to fill these holes so I don't have to deal with those anymore. And I want to get front flares. Okay, so as for the rear of this truck, believe it or not, the box, the bed on this truck is actually in really good shape. There's like a little ding here, but that's nothing I'm really worried about. I could probably just tap that out with like a ball hammer. I do want to get a new set of taillights. These are clapped out. And then I want to get a single rear window. I'm not going to make any promises on that. That may or may not happen. That's something I definitely want to do though. And I want to take the axle out and send the entire axle out to get completely powder coated. And then we're going to fab up a set of traction bars. And I want to have the leaf springs powder coated too. And the leaf spring shackles, all of that powder coated. And then we're going to paint the frame in like a wrinkle black color. I'm not going to go too crazy with the frame, but I want to make it look halfway decent if I'm going to have all these powder coated parts attached to it. So if you or somebody is local to Ohio that can powder coat an entire axle, let me know. I assume when I do that, I'll probably do the disc brake conversion in the rear, because you have to weld on the axle for that. And at that time period, we'll also weld on our traction bars. And then, I'm trying to think. Another big thing that a lot of people might be kind of against, I guess. We're gonna get rid of the hood stack. I love the hood stack, I really do. It's super sick. You see a lot of first gens with them though, so it's not really that unique in my opinion. And we're either gonna run a full 4-inch exhaust with no muffler, or a bed stack. More than likely a bed stack, but it'll probably come up to the top of the cab, just so I don't have to worry about anything getting soot all over it. I know the tailgate will get covered, but or we just won't run a tailgate maybe to avoid that. But the whole truck's going to be getting resprayed again. Now I know you guys are thinking you just got it done, da 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 da. The purple is super dope. I love the purple. Like, I love the purple. But I want to respray the entire truck, the roof and everything. And we're going to go with a different color this time, which will also be a surprise. It'll be just as wild and just as, it'll pop. Another big change we're going to be making. So another big change we'll be making is wheels. I've wanted 24 by 14s for the longest time and just never got them, I guess. When I got these, I really just didn't think about it. I guess I got excited and rushed. And I kept telling myself I didn't want 14 wides because they were too wide, but I literally lied to myself. I don't know why. Because 24 by 14s would look so good on this truck. I might not do 24s, I might do 22s. I'm really trying to figure out how big a 24 is going to look on this, because this truck's really not that tall. If I can lift it more, then I'll definitely do a 24. If not, I might might just go up to a 22. But like I said, my plan with this truck is to make it look as crazy as I can. And I know a lot of people won't like that style, and that's fine, you know what I mean? I like everything. I like 15 by 12 bogger with boggers. I like 20 by 12s. I like everything. So I'm not opposed to a lot of stuff. And we will build a 4-wheel drive truck. We will build a truck with boggers on it. We are going to do stuff like that on this channel. But this truck is just more, it's 2-wheel drive. It'd be dumb for me to put big mud tires on it or anything like that. And it's going to be more of a tow pig than anything. So I just want it to look just as perfect as I can make it look. So wheels and tires, and completely resprayed, and I think that's mostly it. We will another thing, we'll also be selling this bumper too. I'm just gonna buy a brand new one, because when I got this bumper, it had like a little bit of a haze to it, and I just figured it could be buffed out, but I talked to a few people and they pretty much said it's stuck in the chrome. The bumper still looks great, it's just like not perfect, and that's where I'm going with the truck is. And I don't want to sound like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like stuck up or anything, but I just want this truck to be as perfect as I can make it. I want to do what I should have did from the get-go when I completely put the truck back. Together. I kind of want to right my wrongs per se, and do what, you know, like I should have did, like kind of like the body lines and stuff. I want to get those right. Which this fender is actually one of those aftermarket fenders that you can buy new. Do not ever buy one of those unless you have some time to cut and adjust them, because they do not fit right. This is an OEM fender. See how well it fits compared to this fender? Like, I'll show you. Look at that fitment. And look at that fitment. OEM, aftermarket. Do not buy aftermarket fenders. If you want to buy this one from me, you can do that. I'll sell it to you for cheap, but do not buy them brand new, because they are junk and they do not fit right. As far as the headlights, the marker lights, the grill, all that is going to stay. It's all in good condition. The intercooler will probably stay. We'll try to clean it up a little bit more or get a polished one. And I do want to get clear side marker lights. And I also want to put 20% on the windshield just to kind of darken it up a little bit more, because you can see through that windshield right now with the sun on it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So just a recap, like an overall recap of what all we're doing is we are putting 2 new fenders, 2 new doors, smoothing out the transition to the rockers, respraying the entire truck, new wheels and tires, so 22, 24s, new front bumper, getting rid of the hood stack and going to a bed stack or full exhaust, tinting the windshield darker, what else? Oh, full powder coated front suspension, full powder coated rear suspension, airbags in the rear, we do got to do that, and new rear tail lights. Another thing is I'm trying to find someone that makes aftermarket upper control arms, preferably something adjustable. So if you know someone, let me know. I will pay whatever. I just wanted to get something adjustable, because if I can lift this thing any taller, that'll kind of help level things out. And yeah, if you guys know any powder coaters that are willing to make some money and work out maybe a big combo deal, let me know, because I'm going to be sending all this stuff out to get powder coated. Most likely going to buy new parts and then send them out to get powder coated, so that way I can just start stacking up parts and then swap them all in at once instead of tearing the truck down into pieces and then powder coating them, because then the truck will be down forever to take up space in the garage. I don't really want to do that. So I don't know how long all this is going to take. I don't want to give it a deadline, because if I do, I'll rush it, and that's not what I want to do. Honestly, a lot of this stuff shouldn't even take that long. Pulling the fenders and doors is something I've done 1,000 times, so that should be easy. I'd say the most time-consuming, harder part will probably be getting everything powder coated, just because the truck will literally have to be sitting on jack stands. And then obviously coming up with the money to do everything, which, you know, I work a ton of overtime in the winter, because that's our busy season. So that's the plans for this truck. We also, let me make sure this is still recording. We also obviously still have the hard body. I want to start knocking stuff out on that as soon as I can to kind of make it to where I don't have to work on that as much during the winter, because I'm really limited on space right now. I don't have a lot of space for all of the vehicles, and I preferably don't really want this sitting outside in the winter, but I know we're going to need to work on stuff in the winter at the same time, so we'll probably try to wait as long as we can to tear the suspension out of it, and if we do, we'll just have to do it outside, so that way the truck's out of the way. Other than that, if you guys want to watch some more of if you guys are interested in like a drift build, which I know a lot of you guys aren't, but the hard body we are currently building into a drift truck. That's going to be a learning curve. I've never drifted before, so I really want to try to learn that. And the worst part is I'm choosing probably the worst vehicle on earth to learn how to drift in. People drift those trucks, like there's people that are competitive with them, but it's a lot harder to learn in something that's not meant for drifting, really. So we'll get the hang of it. Parts are piling in for that. Really, that truck just needs to be gone over suspension wise. I'm not going to try to make that truck like pretty as far as that goes. I just want to make it perform well. So the biggest thing with that will be the turbo kit and stuff, and then doing like a full suspension kit on it, and then just seat time, really. So that's really, I think that's really it. But I think that's going to be it for this video. If I'm forgetting something or I'm doing something that I'm not remembering, when I edit this video, I will just pop up from the future and tell you what all I forgot. But for those that have followed along with the truck for a while and have followed me on Instagram and subscribed to YouTube, and I really do appreciate it. And I just wanted to say, like, you can do anything you want. A lot of times I don't even think of I don't even think like how much is that going to cost. I don't stress about money, like as far as it's going to cost me. For some weird reason, when you don't think about it, it's really not that bad. Like, if you don't think about how much money you're blowing and all the time it's really not that bad. It just comes in and it's like that. So I'm really excited to make this truck as nice as I've always wanted it to be. I'm really excited to kind of touch base into that style / category of a truck. I personally have kind of always made fun of trucks like that, where they're like all powder coated and pretty and they don't really do much, but I kind of get the purpose. The only difference between people that usually do that and me is I will still work the truck. I will still use it as a tool, and the truck isn't slow. I mean, it's a quick truck for what it is. Like an old first gen, I mean, it gets down, don't get me wrong. I have no clue how much power it makes. Maybe someday we'll dyno it, or you know, run it at the track. Dyno numbers don't really say a whole lot for me. Track time really says a lot more. Sorry if I'm stuttering, but yeah, guys, I don't want to keep rambling on. So that's pretty much it for this video. Stay tuned, guys. This is gonna get super sick, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am. See you in the next video. Deuces. Also, if you guys see this video and it feels like it's kind of like out of order, like this video happened before the other ones, it's because I uploaded this before all of my scheduled videos. I have like 3 videos scheduled to upload right now that I just edited today, and I kind of wanted to put this video out there sooner than those. I don't know if you'll see it around then. If you are watching this clip right now, then that means I did upload it early. So if you're just a little bit confused, that's why. So after this video, everything will go back into its normal order. So deuce, guys.